everybody. How you doing today? So I'm finishing up the 2-hour show for Gourmet Holiday, and they had some incredible things for you today to pick up. Hope you did a lot of shopping. So what I have for you today is something that is requested all the time. As you know, when I started on QVC about 7 years ago, we started bringing my grandmother's meatballs and her sauce, and they're packaged the meatballs with the sauce. Then the emails, the texts, the Facebook comments started coming. Daniel, please bring us the sauce. So then we did bring you the sauce, and we brought it to you, if you remember, in pouches that were frozen. And we ran that for a while, and it was very successful. And then we got hit with people saying, can't you put the sauce in jars for us? So here you have, as an exclusive, only to the QVC customer, you're going to be getting 4 24-ounce jars of my grandmother's award-winning, Customer Choice Award-winning sauce. And this is item number M79531. And this is coming home to you today on Easy Pay. So it's a 3-pay. So for $14.27, you're going to be getting this home. So I'm going to put a jar out into a bowl here for you to actually see. So if you're familiar with the sauce and you've had it with the meatballs, you know exactly what this is. So the sauce is whole plum tomatoes, a little bit of tomato paste. Now look how thick this is. I'm putting it like that so it doesn't splash all over me. And then we add olive oil, onion, garlic, bay leaf, a little bit of basil, little salt, a little pepper. But what we don't add, and I really believe this is the reason it continues to win customer choice for the best sauce, we don't add sugar. And we also don't add preservatives. So when you get this jar home, it's pantry safe. It'll say safe in your pantry for a year. All you do is, pop the lid, put it into a pan or a pot or whatever it is that you're using for your pasta that night, or you can use it for your lasagnas, for your chicken parms, anything you would use a real tomato sauce for. But I really want to try to get you to see this. It is thick and rich and also bright red, because this sauce is not overcooked. And, I'm on with Alberti and Rachel a lot. And every time Alberti is on with the sauce, he always talked about how until he started using the Mama Mancini sauce, he just couldn't eat tomato sauce. He said it would give him that acid reflux that so many people get. You're not going to get that with this. And that's because it's an old recipe. It's a recipe I learned from my grandmother. She came here from Italy in 1921, and she carried with her all her recipes. And the sauce that you get here today, these 4 jars, is the exact sauce that she taught me to make. Now, again, it's item number M79531. It comes home to you on 3-pay at $14.27. Also, really important, shipping and handling is free on this, which is incredible, because you could only imagine what it would cost to ship these 4 jars home, to ship these if you were shipping them. So use Bill to Ship To if you have a loved one, a friend, a family, someone who enjoys home cooking. Send these to them. It's a mason jar, which is the jar my grandmother used. So reuse these jars when you're done. And again, it's shipping and handling is free. You're getting 4 24-ounce jars. Now, a 24-ounce jar of sauce easily covers a full pound of pasta, right? So when you do the math on this, a pound of pasta serves about 6 people. So that breaks down to about $1.78 a serving. Now add the pasta to it. I picked this pasta up. I always keep a lot of pasta in my pantry. I picked this pasta up for like $1.50. And so you're adding another 25 cents maybe per serving. But again, this is 24 servings you'll get out of this. You're going to get 6 servings out of a jar. Now, because we don't use preservative and we don't add sugar, a serving size of this sauce, and I have to tell you, the aroma just from the sauce alone is bringing me back to my grandmother's home. So a serving size of the sauce is just 50 calories, which is incredible. And again, that comes because we're not adding all of the, I like to say, junk that you find in supermarket sauce. And when you get it home and you read the ingredients, and I'm going to read them to you right off the jar: Italian plum tomatoes, olive oil, onion, garlic, bay leaf. Reason for a bay leaf, by the way, my grandmother always added a bay leaf because she felt that gave it a little bit of sweetness for the tomatoes. salt and pepper, and a little bit of basil. Again, and it'll say right here, no added sugar to the sauce. Now, once you empty out the sauce into whatever it is you're using, I always suggest take a little bit of water, just a drop like that. Maybe that's 2 tablespoons of water. Put it in the jar, swirl it around because you want to get everything out of that jar, and just put that into your pot. And that way you get to use everything that you have there. So this is a premium sauce. This is one of those sauces that the first time you try it, you're going to realize that this is that special sauce. It's going to maybe remind you of that small Italian restaurant, maybe when you were in Italy, or maybe in your neighborhood where there was a grandma cooking in the kitchen, or that little old Italian restaurant. That's what this is. It's premium tomatoes, as I said, olive oil, onion, garlic, bay leaf, a little bit of basil. The bay leaf, again, is what my grandmother's secret was, if you will, to the sauce. Bright red. Each serving, and you're going to get 6 servings out of the jar because it's 24 ounces. So each jar is 1.5 pounds, which is a lot of sauce. So you're getting 6 pounds of sauce in total. It's going to come home to you on 3 pay, which is great, for $14.27. This jar will stay safe in your pantry for a year. So again, this is what you asked me to do. I only do it for you. You're not having to worry about, putting this into your freezer. Again, the shipping and handling gets it home free to you, and you can only imagine what shipping this would be if you wanted to send this to a family member or a friend. Let QVC do it for you. Do the bill to ship to, which is great because you'll get the bill, they'll get the sauce, and I just think it's a wonderful thing. And this time of the year, we're all back. Everyone's back into school. Fall is coming. And, once a week you have a delicious pasta dinner. Now look how thick and rich that sauce is. And I have to tell you, just the aroma from the sauce itself out of the jar, you just smell the tomatoes. You're not smelling, heavy, a thick tomato. You're smelling as if you just pulled all the tomatoes from your garden and created this sauce. It's a great base if you're making your lasagnas. It's great if you're doing a chicken parm, or really anything you would use tomatoes for. Because remember, there's nothing added in here that you wouldn't add if you made it fresh at home. This is perfect if you make a stew. If you're doing a stew that needs a tomato base, use this. It's it's just going to add that extra flavor. Again, this is M79531. I urge you, please try this sauce. Customer Choice Award winner 2 years in a row. We're nominated again this year for Customer Choice for Best Sauce. And if we win, I got to tell you, it's my grandmother. I never take credit for any of the awards. My grandmother won this award. I know she's watching. And again, these are recipes that she taught me, and she carried it here from Italy. This is a photo that I have of my grandmother holding me in the backyard of her home in Brooklyn. That's great. Thank you for putting that up there. That's this photo. It's the only photo I have of myself and my grandmother. Unfortunately, I know back then we didn't have iPhones, so we didn't have thousands of photos. But that's the actual log at Ellis Island. My grandparents traveled over from Naples, Italy. That's where they boarded the boat. That's where the port is, and it's still a port. And that's the actual boat that both my grandparents traveled over on. And they landed in Ellis Island. And my grandmother always told me, she said, when Grandpa and my feet touched the ground in Ellis Island, we were American. And my grandmother carried with her, and and I know a lot of people say this, but it's true. They didn't carry much, right? They had small bags, but my grandmother carried all her recipes in her heart. And she would make this sauce all the time. There was always sauce in the refrigerator. But what's great here is you get to experience that old world, real Italian sauce without the preservatives, just tomatoes, olive oil, onion, garlic, bay leaf, some basil, a little salt and pepper, no sugar added. And I'm telling you, it's so delicious. And just heat this up. And, also I have to tell you, there's times where I'll cook the pasta and I'll put the pasta back into the pot, and I'll just take the sauce from the jar and toss it into the hot pasta. And it's just a very, very fresh taste. You also can heat the sauce up ahead of time, obviously, and use it that way. Now, if you're home by yourself, I mean, I'm home a lot, just me and my wife sometimes. I don't need the whole jar. I'll use just half the jar. I'll save the rest. It'll stay 5, 8 days in your refrigerator. But at that point, if you're not using it, stick it into a lock and lock or something and put it into your freezer. It'll stay safe into your freezer for a very long time. But I think you're going to find you're going to use this very quickly. So please take advantage of this. We don't always have this sauce. We only can jar the sauce several times a year because we jar them around tomato season, which is now. So you'll be able to hold this in your pantry up to a year. And it's 4 jars. It's M79531. You get it home on 3Pay, which is incredible, at $14.27. Shipping and handling is free. You're going to be able to make 24 pasta dinners because this will sauce a pound of pasta. So a pound of pasta, 6 people. So that breaks down to about $1.78 a serving for the sauce. And as I said, pick up some spaghetti or whatever pasta you like. I think we all have that in our pantry. So you're adding maybe another 25 cents to it, which is incredible. Try to go out and feed 6 people for the cost of one of these jars and a pound of pasta. It's not going to happen, and you're certainly not going to get this quality. And again, just take a look at this. I'm really, really, really proud of this. And I have to tell you, I'm so excited that you all pushed us to get this put into jars because it's just so special, because it really reminds me of being in my grandmother's home, because she would every year jar her sauce that she made fresh at home, and she would put them into these mason jars. So reuse the jar. It's a nice jar to have around. We all have use for mason jars. And this, again, you're getting 4 jars. They're 24 ounces each, so a pound and a half of sauce. 3Pay brings it home at $14.27. Do like I said, it's this time of the year where, we're going to get ready to be giving gifts. Send this to someone you love. Send it to a neighbor, maybe. Bring it to bring them home and bring a jar to a friend's house. Or do the bill to ship to, which is, I love the bill to ship to, because you get the bill and the person you want to have the sauce gets the sauce. And who doesn't love a gift of food? We always send candy to people's homes. Everyone gets excited. But I have to tell you, send jars of sauce. You're gonna shock them, and they're gonna absolutely love this. That's some spaghetti with the sauce. It's M79531. It's on 3Pay, which is incredible. Shipping and handling is free, which is such a big deal, especially when you're thinking about 6 pounds of glass jars. Right? So again, thank you so much. Appreciate it. I hope you took advantage of this. And if you did, please pick up several of these, because you'll go through these very quickly, and you get 1 year in your pantry, and they stay pantry safe. And, real ingredients, old school, real food. I love to use the word grandma quality, because it truly is grandma quality, because it's my grandmother's recipe. Tomatoes, olive oil, onion, garlic, bay leaf, a little bit of basil. No sugar, drop of salt and pepper. And instead of cooking tomatoes all day for hours, which is what we used to do back in my grandmother's home, in minutes, you have delicious, old school, real tomato sauce for the use of your pastas, as I said, or, if you make lasagna or chicken parmesan or anything that you would use tomatoes for. Okay, so thank you, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed the 2 hours of Gourmet Holiday. Thank you.